It's 11 p.m. You have work tomorrow. And for some reason, you open the closet. You don't know why. You just start moving things around. A box here, a jacket there. Something you haven't touched in months finds a new place. An hour passes. The closet looks different now, and you feel lighter. Not because the work is gone, it's still there. Not because anything actually changed, but something shifted. And here's what's interesting. It wasn't really about the closet.
Most people think they just like things clean, organized. It's just who they are. But here's another way to see it. Some people, when life gets hard, they call a friend. Some go for a run. And some people open a drawer. Both are doing the same thing, looking for something that feels manageable. We call it decluttering, which is accurate. It's also, technically, a way of feeling like you can breathe again, because the room is the only place where what you do actually changes something. Think about the weeks when everything feels uncertain. Work, a relationship, something you're waiting for. You can't control any of it, but you can open that drawer, and you can decide, this makes sense now. Researchers found something interesting here. People who described their homes as cluttered, full of unfinished things, had higher stress hormone levels throughout the day. And those levels didn't drop the way they should, even by evening.
The brain doesn't need the whole world to make sense. It just needs one corner of it. That's what the closet is, not a cleaning habit, a place where effort still works, where you do something and something actually happens. The email you sent, you don't know if they'll reply. The conversation you had, you don't know how they took it. But this drawer is different. You moved something, it stayed moved. You can't control whether you get the promotion. You can't control what the other person feels. But you can decide that this drawer makes sense now. That's not obsession. That's not anxiety. That's the brain finding one small thing it can actually finish. Next time you feel the pull to clean, notice what else is happening in your life that week. There's another layer to this, and this next part, you might want to sit with it for a second. Objects carry weight, not just physical weight, a different kind. The weight of who we used to be, the weight of who we thought we were going to become. Think about the guitar in the corner. You bought it 6 years ago. You were going to learn. You didn't. And every time you see it, it's not just a guitar. It's a small reminder of a version of you that never quite showed up. Some objects carry who you used to be. Some carry who you thought you'd become. The guitar is the second kind. You know that thing you've been keeping, even though you haven't touched it in years? You already know what it means. You've known for a while. When you throw something away, you're not throwing away the thing. You're letting go of who you thought you were going to be. That's not sad. That's honest. Making space for who you actually are now. You don't have to throw it away today. Just notice what it represents. So, the room is clean. That feeling of lightness, it comes. But for some people, a few days later, the urge returns. The same pull, the same need to clear something. Why? Because the room was never the real problem. Order outside doesn't automatically create order inside. When you clear space hoping to feel ready, ready for what? The calendar is still full. The decision is still waiting.
The thing you've been avoiding, it's still there, sitting quietly in the back of your mind. The room is clean. That part is done. But the room was never where it lived. That question lives underneath the habit. Picture this. The room is clean. You sit in it, and something still feels not quite right. Not worse, not broken, just incomplete. A clean room doesn't give you a new answer. It just removes the noise, so you can finally hear the question. The urge to declutter again isn't failure. It's the brain still searching. And what it's searching for isn't more space. It's a feeling that space alone can't give. Something closer to clarity, or permission, or just knowing what comes next. Next time the room feels clean, but something still feels off, stay with that feeling instead of starting over.
There's more here than this thread can hold. Why the feeling of lightness never fully lasts. What ancient wisdom knew about letting go 2,500 years before Marie Kondo. What happens in the brain during the actual act of throwing something away. Why some people declutter, then slowly fill the space back up again. And what enough actually means to a brain that keeps wanting more space.
So, it's 11 p.m. The closet is different now. And 3 things were happening at once, none of them about the closet. One was about feeling like something in your life still works. One was about a version of yourself you hadn't said goodbye to yet. And one was about a question you're not quite ready to answer. What if the things you keep are not about the things at all? Maybe they never were. Notice what comes up when you sit with that. Take your time.